Let's talk about line go up, or as I like to call it, the linear response fallacy. This is the idea that as you continue to consume something, invest in something, uh, get more units of X, you will continue to get the same benefit. Um, sort of X is good, therefore more of X is better, therefore the most of X is the best possible. And you see this just all over human behavior. So if you look at diets, if somebody says, well, you should eat less animal products, and people are like, I'm going to be a vegan. And if you should eat maybe some more red meat, maybe you got an iron deficiency, I'm going to do the carnivore diet. You should get a little bit of each of these vitamins, and then you end up with people whose entire diet is vitamin supplement pills. Um, but also just throughout the entire history of humanity, every time there's a new technology, every time that there's a new economic sector that opens up, every time that there's a new investment opportunity, people go, well, I have put something into this and gotten some positive return, therefore I need to put everything into this. And we get speculative bubbles and all sorts of things. And it's really funny because the linear response is not a common response. It's very, very, very unlikely that you will have. We have some bird contributions over here. They've decided that cawing is always a good. It's very unlikely that you're going to have a continually um, linear response to any kind of input. When I was learning economics, this was explained as the law of diminishing returns, which is a foundational piece of modern economics, which is that nearly all response curves level off. They're logarithmic, basically. So as you put more and more in, the value that you get out diminishes over time. Pizza is the perfect example of this. So if you're going out, you're hungry, you're going to get some pizza, that first slice of pizza, tremendous source of joy. Second slice of pizza, a bit less. By the fifth slice of pizza, you're regretting your decisions. By the 10th slice of pizza, you would pay people to stop making you eat pizza. Who's forcing you to eat all this pizza? That's diminishing returns. That is a non-linear response curve. And almost everything in the universe is like this, which we should expect because the linear curve is the simplest curve, and nature is not nearly so kind as that. I encounter this all the time when I try to teach people things like meditation. Just how do we use these brain things? Say, yes, let's try these basic exercises for 5 minutes a night and just see how that goes. And if after the 5 minutes you're like, oh, that was great, I'm having a great time, I'm feeling really great, then carry on and maybe do another 5, and just keep checking in. And nearly every time, the response is, I meditated for hours and then it was terrible. Okay, yeah. Where'd you get the idea that you should do that? It's like, well, it's good, right? So I should do more of it. No. The economics way to state this is that the rational decision is made at the margin. So you should consume one unit of things and then reevaluate whether or not you want to consume the next unit so that you stop at the third slice of pizza instead of the 12th. So how do we spot this in our life and account for it? The number one thing is that anytime you undertake any activity or any kind of consumption, you should build into your process that you don't make decisions all at once about how much of something you are going to do or how much of something you are going to buy. That you start with a small chunk and then evaluate. How was that for me? Okay, if it was good, let's go for the next chunk. Okay, we pause. Did I get the same amount of good from this? Then, hey, let's keep on. But at every juncture where we're making a decision, we have to ask ourselves, how much am I really benefiting from this versus other ways that I could be spending my time, resources, effort, etc. And it's one of those things that for the very common activities of our life, it tends to be more intuitive. And so you can use, for example, jogging. Jogging is a great mental frame for how to approach kind of anything, because if somebody told you to take up jogging, okay, yeah, I understand that I should be doing that. But for most people, it would never occur to them, if jogging is good, I should therefore run a marathon tomorrow, having never trained. Because there is a fundamental understanding that the benefits of jogging diminish over time as it goes from, hey, this is a nice exercise, to I am fatiguing, to I am actively damaging my body, to oh my gosh, I'm injuring myself. So having that as a metaphor, anytime you're in a new space, you're making decisions about a new thing, like, okay, I'm jogging right now. What is the equivalent of jogging around the block? What is the equivalent of signing up for a 5K? What is the equivalent of committing to a marathon? And I'm having a mosquito situation. Mosquito, the returns diminish immediately in the experience of having them around. It's not a very funny joke. I'll probably cut that out. Maybe I don't. So using jogging in this way when thinking about new spaces, new places, new opportunities, whatever it is that's going on in your life where you have to make a decision about how much resource to allocate or how much to consume or whatnot, is very helpful because it gives you a grounding for your intuition. Whereas if something is abstract, it's so tempting for whatever reason to just assume line goes up forever. The more of this, the better things are, and therefore I should just do the maximum possible of whatever this is. And it's not good. Everywhere in our society, there's plenty of evidence that people do that and it doesn't end well for them. So be aware of it. Take some steps in your life to make sure you're not making the assumption that line go up forever, and that you understand that the linear response is the least likely response. Life is complicated. It's going to throw curves at you. Continue to evaluate what you're doing and bite off the next unit and go, is this still good? Is it as good as it was before? Will the next unit be good? And make those rational decisions at the margin.